Chat, here we go. We got ourselves a match sponsored by Green Chef. Green Chef kind enough to sponsor the stream today. And it'll be a $100 prize pool to start. Mawkzy and Nwpo in a best of 5. A matchup that I actually don't think we've seen recently. I did search on YouTube whether or not Mawkzy Nwpo has happened, and it certainly has, but I want to say it was quite a few months since the last time it went down, which means they must have dodged each other when France and Saudi Arabia played in the World Cup. Right? Did they not play against each other? Chat, I'm sure, always knows. Chat knows everything. But it should be a fun one today. Mawkzy in the top 1 of French 1v1ers? Oh, no. Zen. Other than Zen now, maybe top 2. I was like, wait a second, who's in the top French team right now? And Nwpo, who is trying to push himself into the top 2 of the Middle East, I would say. You know, he's got Rawas and TRK in front of him, but doing his best to work to see if he can get even higher. Going to add that it's a $100 prize on the overlay. For those of you who have magnifying glasses, you'll be able to see. Mawkzy wall dashing deep past Nwpo. Still able to make it back. And not let the air dribble bump turn to a goal. That's certainly not the Mawkzy flick we're used to seeing. Nwpo with the speedy dribble back the other way, and this time not touching the ball. It's exactly what he needs, but of course threatening the continuation of it. I'll watch this from Mawkzy's perspective. Just trying to read that last touch that never came. Prediction odds were 65-35 in favor of Mawkzy. Yeah, I do think Mawkzy probably comes in slightly favored. Nwpo, though, he is a mixed bag of absolutely unstoppable ability and the occasional loss that you shouldn't expect from him. We'll see what we get here today. To be fair, Mawkzy is not terribly different from that. Mawkzy seems to have certain matchups that aren't great for him. But he has spent time, I would say, as the best 1v1er in the world, no matter how brief it's been. The 1v1 world changes a lot. But I think there's been times when Mawkzy had an argument for number 1. Nwpo, I'm not sure, has ever had that number 1 argument. He's able to get this counterattack and long shot off the wall. Mawkzy wave dash kickoff. Leads to a 3rd goal. That's always going to be an element of playing Mawkzy. In fact, they both went wave dash kickoff. I'm not even sure Mawkzy got his wave dash. He was so low on the ball. Definitely does a really good job of forcing himself back down into the ground with the kickoff. Be a bit better than others do. He also normally avoids the wave dash kickoff on diagonals, but this time decides to take it. Approaches the ball like he's going to take it into that left corner, but then swings around it after Nwpo goes to steal his boost to take it into the opposite corner, but it's not going to matter. Nwpo a menace. If you think he's leaving just because you juked him once, you'd be wrong. He's going to stay all over the play. He's able to demo Mawkzy as he lands. Nwpo trying to cut off Mawkzy. Forced to reverse into this touch. He actually got the boost, and he missed the long shot. He made it possible for him to counterattack with nothing that Nwpo could do after getting a nice pre-flip to the boost. Now, faking to the opposite post and then just 50ing it in. He was waiting to get Nwpo to either backflip towards that back post or to drive out and commit somewhere on the opposite side of the net. Nwpo did neither, so Mawkzy just muscles it straight through him. He is a hard guy to deal with in the ground game and the kickoff game as well, as he extends the lead even more. Nwpo does not match him on the wave dash kickoff, and super greedy, trying to think of a good word for it, of Nwpo to go standard kickoff, Mawkzy to go wave dash, and not only was Mawkzy wave dash, but I think he was already ahead of Nwpo, and he still tried to beat him to the side wall, which is something that he's going to have to cut out. That's not going to happen very often against Mawkzy's wave dash kickoff. You're just going to have to accept that he'll win the race to the midfield and do your best damage control. That's never really been Nwpo's style. Backing off the ball, playing passive, not him. There's nothing that speed can't fix in his mind. Nwpo launching the ball as a clear to reset Mawkzy. Buy himself a bit of time. What's he going to do with that time? He's going to stay all over the ball and get a low 50 to get a fifth. This is insane behavior. Nobody dives this deep with zero boost. Absolutely nothing. Mawkzy should be controlling it in the corner. What does Nwpo do? Dashes onto the wall, dashes back down onto the ground, and then forces an earlier 50 than Mawkzy was expecting. And then a kickoff win, and Nwpo has the lead. Did Mawkzy go wave dash on the stand? What? What was that? I don't know what that was. I don't think we'll see Mawkzy do it again. Standard kickoff pushing this left. Nwpo a couple different times now has bumped Mawkzy after he gains control. Is this just going to be on target? He launched it off the wall and in. Mawkzy couldn't get it back. He decided to turn in. Oh no, maybe, I don't know if he's going for the demo or what. He jumped so late. He must have expected that he'd only get the demo and not the ball. But he underestimated how fast it would be moving. Did not have time to get back. Another kickoff goal is saved on the goal line. And actually, Mawkzy managed to do so with 33 boosts left over. Huge lob flick. Can't get back up to it. Nwpo in the air. Mawkzy pre-jumps. Collects it with a reset. Can he protect the ball on the way to the ground, though? Be the question. He actually did a good job of it. Nwpo never felt like he had a chance to challenge. Waited for it to go low before making the awkward reverse challenge. And even that slide. Oh, wait a second. Wow, that felt super open. I don't know if Nwpo didn't think he could get around it or what. He just launches it off the back wall instead of on target. Mawkzy with 0 wants to collect. He feels confident. As long as he can get the ball on top of his car, he's not worried about boost amounts because his flick is so strong from any position. But as we know, Nwpo has never backed off a day in his life. He's certainly not going to do it when he knows Mawkzy needs that dribble. 7-5. Nwpo winning this game, whether this one finds its way in to either net or not. 1-0 for the Saudi Arabian, or yeah, 1-0 for Saudi Arabian. It's best of 5. By the way, chat, might I remind you that you can go to greenchef.com and use code POGFEARFEB60 to get 60% off plus free shipping on Green Chef. And they provide us with the prize pool today, courtesy of our great friends at Green Chef. Game number 2. Everything we hoped for the first game. A lot of back and forth. Oh, the missed additional wave dash. Wave dash kickoff was fine. Mawkzy was trying to get another one. The process of converting his solid first touch into a goal. Mawkzy into his spot. This is the first time we've seen him in his spot, and of course, it's going to be a goal. Maybe because Nwpo has just not shadowed at all. But he likes to be so aggressive that Mawkzy never even gets comfortable with the ball. This time, as Nwpo turns in, recognizing that Mawkzy does already have possession. Much tougher to challenge in that situation because Mawkzy isn't just good at the final flick. He can read your challenge and pop it over you early as well. Nwpo. First touch. The ball as it comes down to the ground. It's so fast. So many other players are waiting for that ball to get a sweet bounce, let it hit the ground, and then pop up. Nwpo says, I'll intercept it now because I need to get the ball to the net before Mawkzy is fully recovered. If I wait the half second it takes to bounce off the ground and start the dribble easier, it's a half second too late. Nwpo doesn't seem to mind at all. Playing it quickly. Another air dribble to the reset. A bit too high of an arc that even with the reset, not much he could do to adjust it. So he just lets it fall down. Soft first touch. Oh my goodness, Nwpo! He is threatening so much that he can get away with not using the reset, but the fact that he even got another one, flipping and falling right back onto the ball. He is doing a good job of making this a decision that has to be made right as Mawkzy is approaching the end of the wall. Either he needs to stay or needs to try and stop the reset. A couple different times Mawkzy has flopped into the middle, expecting Nwpo to do so, and he's able to drop it in. 3-1. Mawkzy able to get a kickoff goal. He created a bit of a wall. I think he was just trying to demo Nwpo, but also get in his way. This is how the wave dash kickoff is supposed to work, and that's Nwpo again. Trying to race Mawkzy after going standard when Mawkzy went wave dash. Nwpo just can't believe that anybody could do anything to be faster than him. Another goal for Mawkzy. Mawkzy adding a slight delay on that wave dash kickoff this time too. He's got Nwpo back in net and he's in his spot. It's so pure. It's so pure. You can just feel it. Once Mawkzy has it right where he wants it, on top of his car from that position, it's just going in your net. I mean, I don't know what you're supposed to do. If you wait on the goal line or you pre-jump up there, he'll just roll it in low 50. It'll be even harder to save. Lost this kickoff though. Nwpo to tie it right back up. Mawkzy wall dash save. I don't know how relevant it was. It might have been the reason why he's able to get such a strong save and counter. Now popping this ball up. Reset. Late use of it. Made it seem like he might take it to the ground. Nwpo swinging around in net. You see him looking to grab pads. Not able to react to the high shot. Wave dash kickoff for Mawkzy. Uses it this time to bump. The kickoff battle. It's been very relevant in this match. People pushing through the ball this time. Leaving himself susceptible to the bump. Did again here, but this time he hit the ball in his direction. Pre-jump. Such an early pre-jump. Got to the ball faster than Mawkzy did off his own setup. Zero boost to work with. And if you think Nwpo's leaving and you haven't watched much of his game, low 50, wave dash, nice cut. There was a chance, if we didn't play this carefully, that he wouldn't be able to corral it on target. He takes his time, power slides around to collect. Nwpo's matching him a lot on the wave dash kickoff. I don't think I've seen him delay yet. A delay is certainly one of the tools in the toolkit to counter a wave dash kickoff. If not the main tool, but you could never convince Nwpo to delay anything. Long shot to set up the boost steal in the corner. Nwpo feels good about challenge the ball as it bounces to around double jump height. He's expecting Mawkzy, who's a bit lower on boost, to not want to play that kind of game. Mawkzy didn't get the speed he needed. He's trying to push it past the both of them towards the net. Now Nwpo can't collect before Mawkzy's already all over the ball. And he just won a little pinch. Nwpo was expecting maybe Mawkzy to back off as he jumped in the air, thinking that this was going to be a good enough deterrent for Mawkzy to leave, but Mawkzy didn't flinch at that at all. I mean, the ball was a little bit too high to really worry about. Even if Nwpo does really attack the ball there, he's not going to be taking it towards net most likely. Mawkzy teeing it up off Nwpo. Knows he needs to get the first touch. Sacrifices a potential goal from distance in order to make sure that he stays in control of the ball. What a save! Nwpo is back. I thought he went flying past. And watching from Mawkzy's camera, it certainly seemed like he was just trying to roll one in. And I say it every time, but I'll just never learn. At some point, I need to remember that Nwpo is going to be fast and never out of the play, but I always seem to forget. This time, Nwpo races Mawkzy. I don't think it was a wave dash kickoff from him. I think it was just a standard. So it's not as egregious that he tried to race him from this position, but you still can't afford to lose. You can't lose a race to the midfield and get away with it. This time, wave dash for Mawkzy. Nwpo able to avoid the bump attempt as he steals the corner boost, and then Mawkzy is the one left in a tough position. He used up the last bit that he had in order to try and win the race. Nwpo once again trying to race Mawkzy when Mawkzy hits the wave dash, which is almost always going to go in Mawkzy's favor. That was actually a crazy save. Mawkzy's going to play a possession back into his corner with a 1-goal lead. But not able to control this one. He's just trying and beat him to the ball off the bounce. Might have done so. Now he's trying to box him out. Stole his boost. It spawned right there perfectly for him, so he needs to get the ball up in the air, but Mawkzy will not have as easy of a time saving it. Nwpo played it so well. He took the risk that that boost would spawn the moment he drove over it to steal it, and Mawkzy sat with 0. He is not going to be able to save anything that floats around the top shelf. And now 4 seconds for him to clutch out this late comeback, or it'll be overtime. Diagonal kickoff. Mawkzy going to the wave dash. Nwpo wins it towards the corner. Mawkzy not bumped by Nwpo. Nwpo was 0. What does he do? He stays all over the ball. No surprise there, but it might lose him the game. Mawkzy misses wide. This is a freebie. And Mawkzy ties the series. You live and die by the speed and aggression if you're a Nwpo fan. And this time, you die by it 17 seconds into overtime. Nwpo's on 108. I forgot how bad his EU ping is. He has some of the worst EU ping of the guys who play from Saudi Arabia. Game number 3. Mawkzy and Nwpo has been such a good back and forth so far. Nwpo's going to strike first 10 seconds in. Little ground game. Bit of a rarity from him. Mawkzy able to tie it right back up. Nwpo once again looking for that boost steal. The aggressive midfield win. When he doesn't get it, he knows what the end result is. But it's very clearly a risk he's decided he's willing to take. Air dribble from him. Attacking the near post. Not normally the place you want to attack. It allows your defender to stay grounded, or not necessarily grounded, but on the wall. Basically, wheels in contact with a surface for much longer. Still able to sneak it in the bottom left corner. Delayed kickoff for Mawkzy. Does not succeed. Can Nwpo find a way to score this? Little reset off the back wall and a double for a third. This is a tough angle for somebody not named Nwpo, but for him, he makes it look like a layup. Mawkzy was jumping to stop the early angle, and if Nwpo had tried to take that angle, he probably would have been saved, but instead, he uses a reset to create an opportunity that Mawkzy can't get to. Another dribble from the corner. This one probably even tougher to score than the previous one. Mawkzy does become a wall on the goal line. Nwpo from the back corner. No touch on the ceiling, so the ball falls perfectly into his car. Mawkzy covers it. A lot of the long dribbles that Nwpo's been doing, he has been faking and letting the ball drop late. Mawkzy this time is ready for that. Expecting Nwpo to let it come to the ground and positioning accordingly. Made it so he could get the save and the counter. It's a good adjustment to the way Nwpo's been playing. Despite all our talk about how risky and full of speed Nwpo likes to play, he has been playing the very safe option when it comes to those huge dribbles. Mawkzy might force him to take a few more risks there. 3-3 off the kickoff win for Mawkzy. Nwpo wins this one. Deciding to dive for the boost instead of trying to make a play on the ball. Ball high up. Mawkzy forced to back off because he cannot hang at this level. The demo! Is it going to lead to a goal? Mawkzy respawns in the way. No. I'm not sure any respawn would have done the trick. Maybe he respawned as far right as he could have. If he respawned one to the left, then he might have been perfectly in the spot to challenge the ball. If you guys don't know, unless things have changed since I understand it, there's 4 spots that players can spawn from on both sides. 2 on each side. One a bit closer to the net, one a bit closer to the corner. Oh, nice shot from Nwpo. He is so clean. Strong first touch to fall away from the ball, but it doesn't matter when Mawkzy is backing off. Gets to get the clean reset. Wave dashes into the power shot. Mawkzy able to bump after the wave dash. Pre-jump from Nwpo, and I thought Mawkzy for a second was just tossing it right into him. But Nwpo pre-jumps and then points down to try and make up for it. Actually ends up shooting himself underneath the flick. Nwpo able to get the ball touch and the back corner boost, but it costs him getting demoed. Actually a very favorable 50, but he gets slammed maybe far enough away to turn it into a shot. Mawkzy wants to wait. You see double jump, no boost, because he was hoping that Nwpo would just back off. He won a really favorable challenge here, but he couldn't quite sneak it in. He needed to play with a little bit more urgency. I think there was a very small window of availability to kind of 50 it with the corner, but into the net, and he found it a bit late. Nwpo across the net, long shot is there with perfect timing. Instead, Mawkzy sends it to the corner. Full field dribble, and Nwpo knows how to dance with the ceiling without actually touching it. Wave dash shot into the top right. How does he do this? The ceiling is limiting him but he knows how to deal with his limits perfectly. What a great last-second wave dash shot. 103 km/h, top right. What else can you do if you're Mawkzy than just say nice shot? Mawkzy. Long shot from his own half. Creeped out without picking up a single pad, so actually looked a little bit panicked there for a moment. Able to pick up the midfield 100 though. But since this one in front of the net, forces Mawkzy up in the air, hoping for a boost steal right as he drove over that corner, but instead it's Mawkzy who has it. The pre-jump actually lands right into Nwpo's car. And no way, Mawkzy! How does he always have an own goal? I swear, he always finds a way. Not only did he pass to Nwpo, but he also taps the ball into his own net when it was going to roll off the back wall. 7-4 in favor of Nwpo. Mawkzy able to win the kickoff. He's going to need a few in his favor. Likely, if he wants to come back in this game, he's trying to bait Nwpo out of net. Nwpo sits and waits, able to stop his flick. Pathing over a few pads, and it's always the trade-off that you make. Stay better positioned, but play with less boost, or swing around the pads and potentially get beat out by a cut like that. By the way, I think I see a couple different subs that maybe didn't show up on my tracker. Mawkzy getting another kickoff goal. Was this a race to the midfield? Oh, no, it was a bump. Wave dash bump. Thank you to Jinja for the Prime for 7 months. And Danny, the Tier 1 for 8 months. Thank you. I don't know why they didn't show up on my list over here. Oh my goodness, crossbar down. It was an open net. But Nwpo made it look as saucy as possible. Nwpo powering through the wave dash kickoff. Mawkzy uses his dash to recover, grab boost. Now he needs to rush to the other net as quick as possible. If he can get a strong shot, Nwpo won't be able to save it. Seemed like maybe there was a chance to Musty in order to do it. That's really hard to do. I mean, you got to credit players when they get those long distance shots quick for being, very talented. When the goal is to rush as fast as possible, I think you need to be able to improvise really well. You need to approach the ball, hit it as however you need to hit it as strong as possible, and then the follow-up might not be what you originally planned, because all that matters is getting to the ball and getting it to the net ASAP. Mawkzy wasn't able to find that final touch. He should be able to get this goal. So he has a chance with 11 seconds to get 2. Delay on Nwpo's wild kickoff. Pretty easy read for Mawkzy to see. I'll watch this again. Nwpo swings so wide, and it's just the chances of him getting a good angle from there so low. So Mawkzy gets to play a very safe, late single jump into wave dash. Needs another one in 6 seconds. He's going to have the boost. He could potentially counter. Nwpo. No! The touch! Didn't keep it up. It was so close, razor thin to Mawkzy having the ball on top of his car with Nwpo with 0. That would have been a really tough position for Nwpo. But instead, he holds off Mawkzy and puts himself on match point. Thank you to whoever signed up for Green Chef, by the way. I noticed our overlay has an additional person there. You know what they probably did? They probably used my link to go to greenchef.com, and they used code POGFEARFEB60 and got 60% off plus free shipping. A no-brainer for that person, really. Game number 4. Mawkzy and Nwpo. It really feels like we're on track for a game 5 the way these guys have been playing against each other. Mawkzy's going to slam in the first goal. Nwpo wins the kickoff, but into a roll up the wall. So he dives in to Mawkzy's corner. He wants a pinch. Mawkzy's had great pinches. I almost want to see him pinch right back. Sometimes all you need is a reminder of a mechanic by your opponent to be like, oh yeah, pinches, I could do those. Mawkzy has had some of the better ones, I'm pretty sure. I watched a lot of 1v1 games, so maybe I'm losing track of whose has looked really solid recently, but I swear it was Mawkzy's. Nwpo's going to get his first goal after escaping around his net. Mawkzy thought he had the advantage. Needed to be careful. Mawkzy the camera check. Decides to attack the ball early in order to prevent Nwpo from challenging, and it's tough. It's hard because it almost feels like it's Mawkzy trying to play Nwpo's game. But of course, Nwpo's going to win that game. The speed game plays right into his hands. But what else can you do? Let him get up to the ball early? Try and head back to net? I mean, it's tough to deal with as well. Mawkzy's going to go into his corner. Nwpo challenges right away. Cannot let Mawkzy feel comfortable and collect that ball. Mawkzy's still able to score, though. You'll see Mawkzy pull back to his back wall as a ploy to buy some space to comfortably carry it. And once he has it on his car, then you're screwed. There's nothing you can do. Nwpo knows that, though. Does not use that time to go grab boost like some other players might. Like, oh, he's going to go back to his corner? Great. I can go back to my corner, grab 100, and then we can go from there. No, you won't get away with that against Mawkzy. Nice flip into the corner from Mawkzy to get his own boost. He's got a demo, but it's definitely going to be possible for Nwpo to make it back. Back to Mawkzy. Tries to force it too quick and slams it off the back wall. Trying to play keep away with Nwpo is really tough, because even when he misses his first attempt, he's back before you know it. Can he get back to this one? No. I mean, this time I believed. I remember, chat, to not give up, because you just never know what this guy can do. It seemed like he launched himself way out of the play to me, but he's made it back before. Mawkzy looking to go high. Nwpo actually covers the back wall just fine. Just a simple ground level pass to himself. Directly behind where Mawkzy can handle the ball. Rolling behind him. Never really had a chance to make a play on it. The backflip wouldn't be very effective there, so he decides to just turn in towards net, but ground pass off the wall. Be almost impossible to deal with. 3-3. Mawkzy looking to cut directly towards Nwpo's net. Not lollygagging at all. Not taking to the midfield. Not trying to swing wide. He wants to put Nwpo on defense immediately. Wave dash kickoff this time, bumping Nwpo into the win, and he is going to play it directly to the net. Mawkzy can't get to the corner and recover in time. Such a solid first touch to enable him to follow it up quickly. It's not Nwpo. My guess is you might have heard a Johnny stream or something somewhere else first, where Johnny says Nwpo. He added an O in. Or maybe you're talking about how the fact that I don't think the Arabic casters say it either way. But in my defense, I've been saying Nwpo before Johnny started casting him and made it Nwpo. Although I probably at some point will have to just conform. Through the wall dashes. Creating the lead. Mawkzy. Soft touch. Leading to an easy save. Counterattack as the ball sent high into the quarter. Mawkzy wasn't able to get underneath this. I felt like you could see him trying to set up his carry. But instead, he pushes it out to Nwpo. Slams it to the ceiling and is much quicker back to the ball. Oh, is that just directly in? No, not quite. That's so strong. I've never seen a pinch that strong on the kickoff. Minute and a 2-goal lead. Nwpo back to his corner. Maybe to play the time a little bit. His dribble lands so short of the goal, but he still ends up scoring it. Mawkzy doesn't know when to try and take it away from him. Thought about it on the bounce, but Nwpo sends it so high, and I think the mistake came when Mawkzy thought he had time to get 100 boost and get back to net. He had a decent amount. He certainly could have made the first save without an extra 100, but he thought he could get away with getting another. Go up into the air again. Reset into the top right. He has been so good on getting the reset and using it for his shot as he comes to the ground. Mawkzy has creeped out every time and left a window available behind him. It's hard not to do so. As soon as he preps in order to be able to save a shot like that, he is just leaving what is arguably a much easier shot available into the rest of the open net. And a kickoff win as well. Nwpo trying to ice it out. Mawkzy has to be aggressive and actually does well to win this challenge into the corner and in front of the net. 26 seconds for him to try and farm some kickoffs. Very intentionally trying to push this one left on his approach. Getting bumped. Could be the end. This send to the ceiling. Is he actually going to win the race to the ball as well? He is. He just gets the ball going so fast and then is so much more comfortable trying to win those races than Mawkzy. And Mawkzy's going to turtle. He knows he got the loss. It'll be 3 for Nwpo and a little friendly hug at the midfield to end the series. 3-1 in favor of Nwpo. GG.